H.R. 1 will have a draconian effect on the middle class and a draconian effect on where we are in jobs. Our economy is very fragile. We are barely making a recovery. And if we pass H.R. 1, we will place our nation at risk because of the impact of the cuts on those that really do protect America. And it will further pummel the middle class. Well, I'm not going to stand for further pummeling the middle class. You know, I'm not just the senator from Maryland. Like you, I'm the senator for Maryland. If we take a look at what H.R. 1 does, it really whacks at Maryland's middle-class families. It cuts job training, education, and access to higher education, much-needed child care and after-school programs. Right this very minute, if H.R. 1 passed, we would have people lose their Pell Grants. Under their draconian cuts, 2,471 Maryland little kids would lose Head Start opportunities. Head Start is what gets them learning ready so they can take advantage of our public schools and move on in life. Let's have it for these little children. Then there are those who say, we need to compete. Well, I'm going to compete too in the global marketplace. So what does that mean? It means that we have to fund NIH. Under the H.R. 1, NIH will be cut $1 billion. Just in cancer screening alone, 36,000 Marylanders will lose that opportunity, and 5 million will lose it nationwide. If we look at program after program and how it affects women, children, access to education, we are net losers. If we're going to out-educate, out-innovate, we cannot pass H.R. 1, which takes me to why it is bad for Maryland jobs. We have the great honor of representing iconic federal institutions, the National Institutes of Health, the National Institutes of Standards, Goddard Space Agency, Goddard and Hopkins Space Telescope Institute, the home to the great Hubble telescope, which serves the world in what it does. The fact is that it takes people to work there. And if we do these draconian cuts, it will have a tremendous impact. But I'm not talking about only government jobs. I'm talking about private sector jobs. If H.R. 1 passes, we will lose a tremendous amount of money in community development block grant money. We will lose $11 million in community development block grant money. So whether you're in Baltimore City, making its comeback under Mayor Stephanie Rawlings, or you're in another small rural county, it could result in 1,000 jobs being lost in construction, where we could be creating new housing and new opportunities for economic development. Right now, over at the Social Security Administration, the people who calculate and pass the check make sure the checks go out on time to the right person. We are facing over the possible layoffs and furloughs at Social Security. We are facing nationwide an immediate possibility of furloughs of 3,500 people. Now, what does that mean? Oh, yeah, the checks will go out. But that means if you're applying for a benefit, you're going to wait a long time. If you have any kind of disability, the backlog could increase to as much as 3 to 4 years. You can't apply for Social Security disability. If you're applying for disability, it means you are too sick to work. So we're going to lay off the very people who make sure that our checks are delivered in a timely way.